The July 4th sale continues at Premier Heating and Air. Get a free programmable Wi-Fi thermostat with the purchase of any new heating and air conditioning system, with payments starting as low as $89 a month. Call Premier Heating and Air today at any of our convenient locations. This offer absolutely ends July 31st. And remember, less than perfect credit is no problem with Premier Heating and Air, a locally owned and operated company.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Team Lawrence. I'm your host, Pat Brock, the Public Information Officer for Lawrence County Schools. And we're here on the campus of the West Lawrence Raiders for their band camp. And I tell you, it's been an intense week and a half, almost 2 weeks. And we've got Richard Horn here, the band director, who has really been working these kids and getting them ready. How are you doing, Mr. Horn?
I'm doing fine. How are you?
Doing well. Talk to us about how these past few weeks have gone, what you all have been working on, the genre of music, and how that's been for you.
Okay. Well, we started about 2 weeks ago with our leadership and percussion. They started coming in, and then we started full band camp last Monday. We had instructors from all over the state come in and help out with, we like the flutes had a person, clarinets had a person. Every section had their own instructor. And
I love that.
Well, it makes my job easy, actually,
Yeah.
to be honest with you. Everybody comes in and they get individualized attention. And
Sure.
whenever we get back into the second week, well, you heard them when you came in.
Oh,
You asked how long we'd been playing. We'd only been playing it for a week.
They sounded great, but when you first start off, how did this week, were they a little bit rusty starting out? Or
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, it's.
How do you get them together? Because you got that summertime blues, and
Well, it's like when you learn how to ride a bicycle. You never forget how to do it. You might be a little shaky to start back up again when you get back on one, but I mean, it's just like that. I mean, we know over the summer, they're taking it easy. I'm not going to lie. I tried to take it a little easy too, but
for sure.
We understand that, and it's always a couple of days, but they always get right back into it.
For sure. Tell us about the transition, because you've had several seniors that have graduated, and you've got some newbies coming in. What are your numbers looking like?
Total, everybody on the field, we should have about 150, and it should be a good show. You asked about our theme.
How many? Yeah.
We're doing Motown, greatest hits from Motown.
Baby, that's going to be amazing.
It's going to be a fun show. We're excited about it.
So much fun. And so for you, when you decide on the genre, the style of music, what goes into that?
Well, after doing this for so long, sometimes we get a little writer's block, and we kind of think, I'm thinking about doing this. I was like, oh, wait, no, I did that 2 years ago. All the years kind of run together. Yeah. But that's when it's helpful having a team of other band directors. Ms. Trowell, Mr. Rogowski, they contribute a lot insofar as ideas and what direction to try to take a show in. And they actually recommended Motown and started doing some research on it and saying, okay, I like this. We haven't done this.
This is going to be awesome. It's going to be awesome. And so when you think about the young people that were in the elementaries and the middle school, and that feeding into the high school band, how effective is that for you all?
I think it's pretty effective. We get the experience. I've always loved how the band program here is set up. You don't see it really anywhere else. We, as band directors, we get a chance to be with them from fifth grade. I teach it at Northwest. I do fifth grade band there, and get to meet with them at the middle school and then see them come on over to the high school. We all get to have our moments with them in different grades, and I love how this works out. For the students to see the connectivity from elementary school all the way to high school, it's a big thing for retention.
And then for them to see really how they've grown, and then being a part of the program for so long, they kind of understand how the program works.
Oh yeah,
they understand.
Yeah, we don't really ever consider them fifth grade band students or sixth grade. We say, well, you're in the Raider Brigade now.
Oh, what a great feeling that is.
So from fifth grade through high school. So they're a part of us. We always feel like that. We need to make that be, like a home for them. And
so I think that's what we see. It's like that family, that connection, that connectivity, and and I also see how the ones that have been at the elementary school together and are still playing together now, just how they gel.
Oh yeah, I always like how you can see that. I mean,
Yeah.
you can always tell that, well, these kids have known each other for a long time. But,
Yeah.
even with kids from different schools, and even whenever we have transfers in from other school districts, I mean, the band kids, they just all seem to take them all in, and work well together.
And then you're such high energy. I mean, that energy. So a lot of times when people see you, Mr. Horn, you're more like,
A little more stoic.
I wasn't going to say it.
That's fine.
But then there's a part of you that really comes alive.
Well, you gotta be a cheerleader in front of kids. I mean, and you really do. You got to have that energy. You got to have fun with them. If it's not fun, I mean, would you do something if it wasn't fun?
It's crazy, and it's like you have this intense few weeks with them, and getting them acclimated to the heat, getting them to understand and read that sheet music, and be able to really get those parts down pat. How effective has it been these past few weeks?
It's interesting, from year to year. The kids have been really great. This year we have gotten actually farther this year than we have in the past. And I think I've said the exact same thing last year about last year's group. But we really are. We've got the opener on the field. We've got music. We've got motion, movement with all of it. We are in a really good place right now to continue on.
And so what does this season look like for you all? How's your schedule look like?
Typical schedule, 5 home games, 5 away. Of course, we go to we're there all the time. If the Raiders are playing, we are too.
I love that. And so we're going to have an opportunity to meet some of your section leaders, of course, and what goes into selecting those young people to be leaders of those groups.
We tend to start watching them in the spring to see who has that leadership potential, and they're aware of that too. They know that we're paying attention, and we see how they act whenever they think we're not watching. That's the thing about integrity. Integrity is how you are whenever no one's watching.
Absolutely.
So we watch that, we observe, and we kind of just feel them out. We have them write an essay about what leadership means, and then endorsements from other folks in the band. They have to get almost like a petition. It's a petitioned officer situation. Yes.
And so you've got them set up for us. We're going to chat with them in a little bit. Is there anything else you want to make sure that you share with us and the people out there, Dublin Lawrence County?
I just want to say thank you for the support, from the community, from parents, from staff members, the administration, everybody. It's very evident that the band is appreciated here, and we are very thankful for that. We see it, and we're aware of it, and we appreciate everyone as well.
For sure. And thank you for the hard work that you put into this, and how you really you're building this family. You're building superb musicians, and so many of them are going on after they graduate to pursue this. And so that's something beautiful.
That's always been one I think is a good benchmark of a program is do they continue whenever they graduate? And so far we have had pretty good numbers every year continue on in playing in colleges. And when we did the bowl game, so many kids after they got off the field, they were so excited, and they said they wanted to experience this. And I was like, well, you can every Saturday in college whenever you go.
I love that. Well, thank you so much, Mr. Horn. Thank you for taking your time out to chat with us. I mean, we're excited about the Raider Brigade, and of course, that Motown music. We cannot wait. I'm telling you, people are going to be dancing in the stands.
That's what we hope for.
They're going to be dancing in the stands, and we know it's always high energy. So we'll take a commercial break, and we'll be back with the section leaders here for the Raider Brigade.
As we age, we face more physical concerns. Rehab Advantage in Sports Medicine can help you live a more pain-free life. Back pain, stiff joints, balance concerns, arthritis, and more. Rehab Advantage in Sports Medicine can help you improve your quality of life. Call for a free evaluation today. 478-275-1800. Rehab Advantage in Sports Medicine accepts referrals from your doctor, or no referral is needed with direct access for up to 8 visits. So call for your free consultation today. 478-275-1800. Rehab Advantage in Sports Medicine, 911 Hillcrest Parkway in Dublin, or at rehabadvantagesportsmed.com.
We've got the drum majors here themselves, ladies and gentlemen. These three right here, I'm telling you, all eyes are on them, and they are running this show. We're going to let them introduce themselves to you, tell you a little bit about things they've been involved in, and we're going to talk about them being the drum majors. We'll start with you, sir. How are you?
I'm doing all right. How are you?
Doing well. Talk to us. Share with us some things about you.
Well, my name's Alden Geyer. I'm 16 years old, and I'm a drum major here at the West Lawrence High School Raider Brigade. And I absolutely love it here. And you know, being here after being Master Sergeant for a year, it feels great to, you know, be on top of things. So
Literally.
Literally.
Alden, now tell me about this now. So have you always had aspirations of being a drum major?
Of course. I've tried out since my freshman year. Every single year I've tried out.
Get out of here. What instrument do you play? Or instruments?
Alto saxophone was it.
Do you? So now you all went through this this audition process. Was it rigorous? How was it for you?
Scary. Mr. Horn is a very, very, stern man. It is very intimidating, but he's very, very kind.
Yeah.
But, all three directors were very, very, hard to please, but, I ended up, passing that finish line.
You pretty much pleased them.
Absolutely.
Congratulations to you. All right, young lady, talk to us.
Hello, I am Madison Johnson. I am 17 years old, and I'm the drum major of the West Lawrence Raider Brigade. I play the tenor sax and the alto sax, and I also work at the lovely pizza place Domino's.
Love it. Now, Madison, here it is now. So you worked all summer?
I've worked for the past almost since my freshman year.
Oh my gosh. So when do you have time for Madison?
Honestly, it's mainly when I'm here. This is my me time.
This is your me time. And so here it is. What made you decide to want to audition for the drum major position?
I've been trying with them too since freshman year. I didn't try out my freshman year because I wanted to get better at it, get more experience. But mainly the old drum major, Chloe Harbor, she used to talk about how much she loved band and how much she loved being drum major, and I just wanted to kind of feel that.
I love that. So were you kind of like watching her throughout the season and just seeing
Obviously,
how she operates?
of course.
And now here you are, and this is your first leadership position with the band.
I also did uniform crew.
Okay, so you're a busy lady. All right, very good. Congratulations to you. All right, young man, share with us, please.
I'm Ethan Woodard, and I am the drum major of the West Lawrence High School. I like it. It gives me a sense of, it helps me gain leadership skills and leadership qualities as long as it helps me, along with my two counterparts, make the band better. And of course, that's our job, is to make the band one of the best bands in Georgia. And, me personally, we are. We fit that form. We've been that form for a long time now. And 3 new drum majors isn't going to change it one bit.
Look at you. And what instrument do you play?
Well, freshman year, I started off as cymbals. Sophomore year, I played the tenor drum. And my last year, I played bass drum. So I've been flip-flopping all around, just practically where I'm needed. And so my freshman year, I wanted snare freshman and sophomore year. Unfortunately, I didn't get it, but what was best for the band is what the decision Mr. Horn gave us.
For sure. Well, congratulations. So listen, when you think about the Raider Brigade, when people see you all out on that field, they see you drum majors. Are you all ready for this limelight?
Yes.
Yes.
I'm ready.
Ready for it. And so this week you've had some very intense things taking place for the band camp. Talk to us about that. How's that been for you?
Hot. Very hot. It's been very hot. But other than that, I mean, we're all able to push through, and we are able to coordinate and help everyone, figure out the charts on the field and be able to learn the music themselves and adapt to different types of, temperatures and weather. But other than that, it's gone really, really smooth, and everyone has adapted perfectly.
Very good. And now you all have been friends for a long time.
Yes, ma'am.
You've been playing together for a long time. Tell us the benefits, Madison, that makes for you all to be a cohesive band.
We're able to communicate and agree with a lot of stuff, whether it's just adding flares to the music or communicating about drill charts, or even if it's just something like nitpicking. Like if we mess up, we'll let each other know. Yeah. And it helps out a lot because communication has been an issue, so we're trying to make sure it's not an issue this year.
Okay, now you guys are in leadership positions now. How do you handle being a leader of your peers and being able to give them guidance? Is that something easy for you? What's your method?
Well, everybody is different, for starters. Everybody is completely different. For some people needs to be yelled at. Some people just need it, hey, do this, do that, you'll be okay. It's been times where I'm the type, if you yell at me, I'm probably not going to too much listen too hard. Okay. However, I understand what I need to get done and what needs to be done. And with us, it helps us because first of all, our chemistry is amazing.
Yeah.
Our chemistry is amazing, and that'll rub off on them.
Yeah.
It's the old term, monkey see, monkey do. If they see us fussing, fighting, and carrying on, most likely they're gonna do the same thing. But if they see us, hey, we need to do this, we need to do that. Alden, you messed up on this, or Ethan, you messed up on that. Madison, you need to do this. If they see us working together, agreeing to disagree, and just coherently doing what we need to do,
Yeah.
they will do that as well. And we have done amazing. This last week and a half has been outstanding. I'm proud.
You're proud. And this genre of music is Motown. Oh my gosh. When I walked into the building and I heard it, y'all already knew. Miss Pat got turned real quick. And you all in your positions is very high energy. Now, are you very animated?
I would say I very much so am very animated at
Oh.
times. I get very excited about it.
I looked at your face, honey. You didn't come to play. You did not come to play.
I did not try out 3 years to do
Oh,
nothing.
you're like, okay, I'm here. So you all about to get all of this right here. About to get all of it. And so here it is. You all are preparing on the back end so that when you all are able to go on that field, that you are ready.
Yes, ma'am.
How many newbies are you having to work with?
Ooh, a good bit. I would have to say probably the Saxes have the most freshmen this year. It has been a little bit of a struggle, but they're actually getting the hang of it really quickly, and I'm really shocked.
Do you remember when you were a freshman?
Oh, yeah.
Oh my gosh. What's changed about you?
I understand people more.
Yeah.
Like, I understand, like, bouncing off what Ethan said,
Yeah.
some people can handle a certain amount of stuff. And I've seen throughout the years how different section leaders, drum majors have dealt with certain situations. And I've learned how to kind of add it all together and work with it.
For sure. And you know, when you were talking about how you all are setting that example for the other ones to follow, it is so true. It's like, so this cohesion that you three have, the relationships that you all have built, and the professionalism that you all carry, it is going to be paramount for whenever you all take the field or whenever you all are competing. So is there anything that you want to add to this conversation before we close?
I wouldn't necessarily add anything. Just keep, like I say, we just keep pushing, keep doing what we got to do to make sure West Lawrence will and forever be one of the best bands in America. We've been invited to numerous of things.
Tell them.
And I know we were invited to D-Day in France. We've been invited to Hawaii. Just recently, last year, we had a bowl game trip in Florida, to the Cheez-It Bowl. I can't remember which teams that played, but I do remember. Yeah, thank you, Florida and Oklahoma. And the game was amazing. The experience was amazing. But what was even better was the halftime show. It was Top Gun thing, my personal favorite. I loved it. And we just, first of all, to get us on the map, because if I'm not mistaken, I think we were the only band from Georgia, if I'm not mistaken. And it's just interesting and nice meeting new people and just doing new things, because for us to be on TV performing the halftime show in front of what we thought was just 10,000s of fans turned into millions. And just stuff like that, we've been, and like I said, invited to plenty of things, and just things like that will keep us on the map and will forever help us to be the band that we strive to be.
Very good. So you have arrived, Mr. Woodard. What message do you want to give to the Raider Brigade? Because a lot of people they're good. You know, when you're in certain positions, you're up for much scrutiny.
Yes, ma'am.
What message do you want to give to the Raider Brigade?
Have fun. It's our last year. It's our senior year. We got drum major. We were stoked. We made a group chat the day of about us being drum majors. So we just want to have fun. And if we show that we're having fun, hopefully the Raider Brigade would mirror it and have fun. And maybe it could even inspire some more people to join the Raider Brigade.
For sure. And for you all tried out several times, and here you are. You made it. You've done it. What kind of words of encouragement do you want to give to some others who have those same aspirations as you, wanting to be a drum major one day?
Don't settle for mediocrity. Listen to the people and look at the people around you. Take issues that they have and work on yourself for it, but also take good things and be able to implement it to yourself. Be confident, be strong, and do not play around.
Ooh, and you did not come to play. Thank you both, all three of you, so much. Congratulations to you. This is a great adventure for you. Enjoy every minute of it. This is part of that little thing you put in that tool belt. Yes, good on your resume. Drum majors, ladies and gentlemen, these are the three musketeers of the Raider Brigade.
Badcock Home Furniture and More is your home store, where you'll find great savings on new living room sets, sofas, love seats, recliners, and more. Badcock Home Furniture and More has great savings every day on bedding and bedroom sets. Shop Badcock Home Furniture and More for a great selection of dining room sets. And save every day on electronics and appliances at Badcock Home Furniture and More, 1927 Highway 441 South in Dublin. Call 275-3144 for more information, or stop by and see Wendy and Tim Sumner or any of their friendly staff today at Badcock and More Home Furniture Store, where no credit is ever refused.
All right, boys, if you want to go to college, you have to clear out another one of these.
What if we told you there was a better way to save for your kids' college than pickle jars? Morris Bank's Savings Builder account and Moolah makes saving for your kids' college easier than ever. All you have to do is connect the account to your debit card, where it automatically rounds up your purchases to the nearest dollar, depositing that spare change into a Moolah account, where it will grow into a nice little nest egg for whatever your kids have their sights set on.
We're here with the Raider Brigade Band. I mean, this is your opportunity to meet a lot of the leaders here of this great organization. And we've got Ansley Dela Cruz with us. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Doing well. Congratulations to you.
Thank you.
So you are the featured twirler.
Yes, ma'am.
Talk to us a little bit. This is your senior year, so big things for you. Talk to us a little bit about what you're doing and how long you've been doing it and why you love it so much.
Okay, so I started twirling when I was in first grade. My mom was a twirler, and so she kind of just threw me in a class. And then ever since then, it just stuck. And so I've been doing it for a long time now.
Oh my gosh.
But we just twirl batons and have fun while we do it.
And for you here working with the band, being the featured one, all eyes are on you. Is this something you're always so used to?
Last year I was the only twirler, so yes for that year. But this year we were able to get another one, so we get to share it a little bit.
I love that. And so your senior year, Ansley, oh my gosh, this is that, we always talk about this bittersweet time in your life. So what things do you have going on?
Right now it's just thinking about getting through the fall,
Oh.
twirling, and then getting through the spring, and then hopefully trying out for a college somewhere.
So you want to continue this?
That's the goal. That's the plan too.
Who would have thought your mama putting that baton in your hand when you were an itty bitty girl, and now here it is where you are right now?
Yes, ma'am.
And what's your summer been like for you?
It's been hectic. I've had a lot going on, but it's been a really good one.
And now with you being a senior, have you been dual enrolled?
No, ma'am. I take the AP classes.
Oh my gosh. So Ansley, here it is. You know, this season here, you all are Motown themed. Oh my gosh. Girl, you all gonna get down this time. Y'all gonna
Yes, we
get
are.
down this season.
Detroit style, yeah.
Detroit style. And so how rigorous has the camp been for you these past few weeks?
This one has been probably one of the toughest as far as getting our routines down. I think my routines this year have definitely been the hardest, and the heat on top of all of that has been a lot, but it's going to be a good year.
So now who choreographs your routine?
We had a twirler from Georgia Southern come this year.
Oh my, so you
Yeah.
brought the Eagles down
Yeah, we
here.
got
You
the
brought the
Eagles this
Eagles
year.
up here. And so for you, when you're out there on that field Friday nights, what feeling does that give you?
Definitely the first note is just like chills everywhere. And then from there on, you don't really remember what you're doing. You just do it, and you look up and you're like, I didn't realize I was doing it this whole time. It's just
Oh
kind
my
of
gosh.
natural.
So it's just like second nature for you.
It's just muscle memory.
And having the ability to do this with the band, you know, and the energy that's in that room, just in the room. I mean, forget about being on the field, just in the band room, the energy. I mean, I told you guys, it is fire.
Yes, it is. It definitely is that.
So is that adrenaline rush for you, like when everybody's coming together, everybody's in sync?
Yes, ma'am.
Wow.
On top of that, all of the friendships that we have too, like knowing that everyone that you're around is doing something to contribute to something so great.
Yeah.
It's just a really good feeling.
Oh, this is so exciting. Is there anything else you want to make sure that you share with us today?
Go Raiders.
Go Raiders, ladies and gentlemen. This is the featured twirler here for the Raider Brigade, Ansley Delacruz. All right, we've got the flute section leaders here with us, and they're going to introduce themselves to you, and we're going to talk a little bit about how their summer's gone, of course, and then how this camp has been for them. We'll start with you. You ready, dear?
I guess so.
Okay, talk to us a little bit.
I'm Leslie Nuria Perez, and I'm a senior. I'm 17 years old, and this is my first time being a flute section leader.
Oh my gosh, how does it feel, Leslie?
Interesting.
Interesting. Now, did you have to audition for this? Or how did you get selected?
Well, we had to write an essay, and they had to base that on our skills, and they would watch us to see if we were qualified for those positions or not. So
And clearly, you're qualified for it, Leslie.
I like to think I am.
Very good. Talk to us, dear.
My name is Friendly Overstreet. I'm the flute section leader, and I'm 17. And this is my second year being section leader of the flutes.
How does that feel? How was your first year?
It was a learning experience.
And so you can kind of help her a little bit as far as like what's required and what you went through and how it helped you to be in your position again for the second time.
Yes, ma'am.
So what all did you learn from that?
I learned that from last year that I'm going to learn to have to be the bigger person.
Wow. When you think about your leadership style, how easy for you or how difficult is it for you to be able to be a leader of your peers? Because I think that when you all are so close-knit, when it comes to having to correct someone on something and to kind of, bring them back to focus, how easy or difficult is that, and what strategy do you use?
Usually I try to think of the perspective of how they might be wrong in any cases. I don't want them to feel belittled in any way, but I want to understand how they may feel before they're wrong. So I try a gentle approach of correcting them and tell them it's okay, that it's possible that we make mistakes. I also make a lot of mistakes as well myself.
For sure. Now, how long have you been a musician?
I started in 5th grade when they offered it in elementary school.
So you've been a part of this feeder program of the Raider Brigade.
Yes,
How
ma'am.
has that helped you to be able to be and do what you do now?
It showed my talents in a lot of ways, that I can read music, and like when I get a new piece, I look for things first than I would now. Back when I started in 5th grade, I would look for like the things that would be the hardest in the piece rather than going to the easiest spots.
Yeah. Now, you all you're learning new music. You had to learn new music. Was that easy for you to do?
Depends what kind of type of music, like harder, like higher notes are a little tricky to get out, but I get there eventually.
And so you all are performing these Motown hits. Did you know these songs beforehand?
I knew a few of them.
Did you know any of these beforehand?
Maybe like 2.
Oh my gosh. And so here it is, guys, girls, listen. I mean, the position that you're in, it's something that's well sought out. Like there's so many people that would love to be in your position. And so how are you going to make sure that your section stands out and that you stay strong together and that you know your pieces and you work cohesively?
Just communication, working together, see if anybody needs help with anything, making sure everybody is doing their part, participating.
For sure. Are you all excited about this year?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh my gosh. And when those lights come on Friday nights, I mean, do you have like an adrenaline rush or do you get nervous or what do you feel?
Definitely an adrenaline rush. Everything just seems a lot more excited in that too, especially like newer pieces and pieces we're familiar with.
And it's like, so everything that y'all been practicing on that field and in that room, when you all see the crowd out there, oh my gosh.
Every time for me, when Mr. Horn's like, you got like 5 minutes till we get ready to go out, like we'll be fine like 30 minutes out. When we're like 5 minutes out, we're all just like, what do we do?
And so here it is, you all are doing all the back work, you're getting together during this camp. How effective was this camp in helping you all prepare for these pieces?
I think it's pretty effective. Like, we're all getting there, like learning our positions and stuff like that.
For sure.
It's helping with our memories too,
Yeah.
because like whenever we have a certain position to move and then we have to put it together with the music, it does help a lot of memory skill.
Very good. And you girls are ready for this task at hand.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, anything else you'd like to share?
No, ma'am.
All right, well, congratulations to both of you, and we cannot wait to see you on that field at the shoe. Ladies and gentlemen, these are the flute section leaders.
Hello, I'm Tyler Jackson, your sheriff candidate of 2024. I need you and everyone to help me in making our community stronger and safer for everybody. Also, we have our students going back to school this year. Let's keep them in mind as they travel to and from school. Let's make sure that we teach them about cell phones, to stay off their cell phone as they go to and from their destination, because their life matters. Let's collaborate together to ensure they have a safe and productive school year. Thank you, Tyler Jackson for Sheriff for 2024. God bless you.
Paid for by the committee to elect Tyler Jackson, Sheriff of Lawrence County.
Hi, I'm Tom Domney, W. Nelson Company. We're a full-service wholesaler specializing in plumbing, irrigation, and industrial products. We are committed to building long-term relationships with our customers by earning your business every day. With a staff that collectively offers more than 50 years of expertise, our team knows your industry. We're able to answer your questions and are ready to help you get the parts and equipment you need. At W. Nelson, our goal is long-term success of your business. We achieve that goal with a simple commitment: doing things right, one customer at a time. Our showroom is complete with the latest styles and fixtures. Stop by and see us at 507 Airport Road, or give us a call at 478-272-3585. That's W. Nelson.
We've got the clarinet section leaders here. They're going to share with you a little bit about themselves, and let's talk about this camp and how things have gone. How are you, darling?
I'm good. I'm Danica Eastman. I am 16 years old, and this is my first year as a clarinet section leader.
Oh my gosh, how does it feel, Danica?
It's very nerve-wracking sometimes. I get nervous, like saying the wrong thing or making mistakes, telling people what to do.
Mm-hmm.
And so I try to keep myself on top of it and not telling, especially the freshmen, like the wrong thing or the wrong movement and stuff.
So, Danica, here it is. What made you decide you wanted to be a section leader?
Mainly, I guess other people talking to me about it and like the old section leaders kind of trying to convince me and saying that I would be a good fit for the position.
So was it difficult with the audition process of it?
Yes and no.
Yeah.
Like a lot of it was hard, like doing the essay and trying to think of what to say.
Yeah.
And trying, I guess in my eyes, trying to make it perfect.
So what was the essay questions? What was the question?
It was just what does being a leader mean to you?
Oh, so you had to dig deep.
And what does a band mean to you and stuff, yeah.
Oh, I love that. All right, McKenna, you've done this before.
Yes, ma'am.
And here you are again. Share with us.
I'm McKenna Sewell. I am 17. I am a senior.
And you were a section leader last year. What was that experience like for you?
It was a learning experience with some complications, which I've learned and fixed everything I could for this year.
And so you've grown here. You've grown.
Yes,
Now
ma'am.
you two, so you have to work well together.
Yes, ma'am.
So are you the yin to her yang? How do you work that out with you being able to be effective, both of you, in working with your section and making sure that everybody's sharp?
Yeah, I would say I'm usually the bad person here. I always give the punishments.
So you girls play good cop, bad cop.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh my gosh, McKenna, when you come through, it's a sheriff, the new sheriff's in town.
Yes,
You
ma'am.
have to give them the business.
Yes, ma'am.
And then she has to bake cupcakes to smooth things out. And so, you've got a lot of new people. And so, like, when you're talking about those freshmen, so they're coming fresh out of middle school. Do you remember how things were for you then?
Oh yeah, it
Was it a little rough?
Very, very stressful my freshman year because we were moving very fast. And this year we're moving very fast as well. So I can see it being very stressful and overwhelming.
Yeah.
Especially for your first time coming out in this heat and marching on the field.
When I saw the little ones in there, I said, oh my gosh, I had to just go over there and hug them. They're so tiny. So how do you handle that? How do you handle making sure that they have what they need, that you're firm enough, but not so firm to where it breaks them? You know what I mean?
Yes, ma'am. The communication, like, you have to be firm but soft with them. I try my best with that. Danica helps with that, which they're learning really fast.
Yeah, they are. And so here it is, girls. Now, when the Raider Brigade comes out, honey, all eyes are on you. How do you feel whenever you go out there on that field to perform? What feeling do you have?
I get just excited. Like, all the nerves just kind of go away. Like, when I'm on the hill, I feel like a bit nervous, like, what if I mess up or something? But then when I'm on the actual field, it's just like it all goes away, and it's like.
So when you all are up on the hill, you're doing your thing, and then you're running down. Oh my gosh. I mean, it's showtime then, isn't it?
Yes, ma'am.
What do you do to prepare yourself mentally to be ready to perform at the level that you all perform?
I just think about how it makes people happy and how the audience loves everything that we do, and we try our best.
And this heat, girls, you girls have to condition yourselves, because it was tough for me walking from the car into this building, but you all are in full uniform. You've got, your instruments, and you have to be sharp.
Yeah,
Oh my
even like our favorite thing to say is, even with the jackets on, winter, you're still hot. It doesn't make you feel any better, and you're sweating, but you just kind of have to push through it and just say, we got to get this show done. After this, we're good.
You're good. You're good. Now listen, give a message to your section, okay? Give a message to your section to let them know how you are ready for this season to start, and you want them to be sharp. Bad cop.
I'm really proud of all the effort they put in, and I feel like this is going to be a great show. They're going to do things that they need to, and it's just going to be great.
It is, and we're excited about it. Anything you want to add to that, Danica?
I really appreciate the efforts that they put in and not giving up on it.
Yeah.
And because I could see why you could be like, I'm not doing this anymore. This is hard, but I like how they've pushed through, and they've almost finished their second week of band camp.
That is fantastic. Well, congratulations to you two, and thank you for the hard work that you two put into it and the example you set for the others to follow. Danica and McKenna. Thank you, girls.
Hi, I'm Dr. Dustin Gay. I'm a local orthopedic surgeon with Houston Clinic Orthopedics, and we'd really like to invite everybody to come out to our new office facility to take a look at it. It's a larger space with physical therapy, and we're just excited to have it, and we'd love for people to come out and visit us.
Come by and see us today at our brand new location, the Houston Clinic, Medical Drive in Dublin.
Trying to beat the heat? Come check out our cool deals at Roach Farm and Garden. For your gardening around the house, Roach Farm and Garden has planters, soils, plants, vegetable, and grass seed. Don't forget, it's time to fertilize your yard and pond. Let Roach Farm and Garden help. Got something to feed? ADM, Godfrey, FRM, and Cargill. Roach Farm and Garden has a huge supply of pet and livestock feed. Getting bugged in your own backyard? Flies, fleas, mosquitoes? Roach Farm and Garden has 1 gallon to 110 gallon sprayers. Too hot and you wanting to cool off? Roach Farm and Garden has barrel and pedestal fans, not to mention stock tanks up to 1,000 gallons. While you're shopping, check out our wind chimes, benches, gliders, and chairs. We even got fryers, grills, and griddles, and always carry a full line of Carhartt and Wrangler wear. Before you check out, grab some of our seasonings and sauces, local honey, jams, jellies, and pickles. Looking for concrete benches, statues, and fountains? Roach Farm and Garden has a huge supply and more arriving every day. Roach Manufacturing opened in 1929 as a cotton gin, a third-generation family business, started by William Patrick Roach and Miss Louise Beecham Roach, which now has become Roach Farm and Garden. Since 1929, from Roach Manufacturing to Roach Farm and Garden, third-generation family business here in Dublin and Wrightsville. Come see us.
You know, I have a firm belief that these kids are natural born leaders, because just hearing from them and they're sharing about their kind of like their style of leadership and how and the care that they take with the underclassmen and helping them learn their piece is really special. We've got a few more with us here today, and we're going to let them share with you. How are you, dear?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. Talk to us.
My name is Madison Purvis. I'm the tenor saxophone section leader. I'm a senior this year. I've been a section leader now for 2 years. And that's just me.
How long have you been a musician?
I started in 5th grade. That's whenever they kind of open up the band program to all kids. But, you know, I've always wanted to be a musician. I just never really started until 5th grade.
And now here you are.
Yeah.
How does it feel for you? How was last year, and what did you learn from last year that's going to help you in the position you have this year as section leader?
Last year definitely taught me a lot about open communication, and it's not always about having an ego in leadership. Like, you gotta talk to the people that you're trying to lead, and you know, it's about helping them and lifting them up, because you're only as strong as your weakest link. And that is especially true in a band, because you can only sound as good as your worst player. Yeah. So that is very important.
Love that. Very good. You have learned something. And this is your senior year.
Yes, ma'am.
So this is really special. All right, you two. So you're juniors, and this is your first year in a leadership position.
Yes, ma'am.
Let's talk.
My name's Abigail Dollar. I am a junior this year, and this is my first year of being in a leadership position.
What's it been like?
It's been a learning experience, definitely. I learned a lot last year just looking at the section leaders, and even when my brother was a senior, he was also a section leader, so just learning from him and just kind of just figuring out how to do this.
So did he give you any pointers?
He told me to be openly communications with everyone in my section, talk to them, see if there's anything I can do to help them.
And so here it is. You're following in his footsteps. I hate to have to say that, but
I am.
You definitely are.
I am following in his footsteps.
And so for you, the process of you actually being named the section leader, was that difficult for you?
It was, I wouldn't say difficult, but it was a process. We had to fill out the application, we had to write the essay, and then just knowing they were watching us was a little nerve-wracking.
Yeah.
But I was very happy when I was named.
And we're happy that you've been named. Rhett, my goodness. Talk to us, son.
Well, my name is Rhett Cooper. I'm a junior this year, and alto saxophone section leader. Yes. And
how does it feel, Rhett?
It feels wonderful, because as soon as I stepped into high school band, I knew that I wanted to be a section leader. I looked around, and those were the best people in the band. Those were the people, the best, like my favorite personalities in the band, even.
Well, you've got your own special personality, Rhett. I mean, so here it is. How do you bring your personality into your leadership style in helping your section be great?
Well, my personal method of leadership is setting clear expectations that are reasonable expectations and making sure those expectations are followed through.
I love that. Mama Dwayna, I know you're proud of that answer. And so here it is, guys. Being a part of the Raider Brigade, I mean, you all are a big family. And it's like the way you all gel, the way you all work together, that shows that you all are in like this trusting relationship. Has that been something that you all work hard to build, to harbor those relationships so that you can be cohesive?
I would say so, yeah. Yeah, I mean, it has to be whenever you're sweating in like 100-degree weather, gnats all over you. Like, you kind of build like a trauma bond almost with these people. And so we have this group of 17 people that are now experiencing all of this together. And we're all just like, oh, I can't wait until 1 o'clock hits. Can't wait till I can go get some.
So this trauma bond that you all have built, blessed be the rock.
Yes, I definitely think that tribulation can bring people together. In the heat, waiting for Mr. Horn to call us to the ready, just feeling that burn of standing at attention, it definitely brings us together.
So you have realized here in this conversation that it is traumatizing at times to be a part of the Raider Brigade, but that is what brings this family together. And so, Rhett, what do you love most about being a part of the Raider Brigade, and what have you found to be the most challenging for you?
Well, probably my favorite part about the Raider Brigade is just all the friends. It's just, I don't think I could be in a band if my only goal of being in that room is to play music and not to build relationships with others.
Oh, yeah.
And the most difficult part, it's probably just, oh my, it's difficult.
Is there anything, like what's been challenging? What's challenging being a part of?
Being
Y'all
in the
think about
heat
it.
is,
Oh, it's definitely
that
the
is-
heat. Oh, I mean, I was gonna go for something more nuanced.
More nuance, but the heat is enough because we watch y'all. No, because it's like we love how professional you all are. We love how you all work and gel together so much, and we love the energy that you bring. And now here you all as leaders, section leaders, y'all have really got to bring this energy, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you ready for it?
Always.
Are you ready for it?
Definitely.
Red.
Of course I am.
Oh my gosh. Well, congratulations to you three. We're so very proud of you. We're proud of the work that you've already accomplished. We love the fact that you all are able to work together in the heat, the trauma bonding that you have done, honey, sweltering. But at the same time, you all are true, consummate professionals, and that's what we love about you all. Thank you so much.
From humble beginnings with a desire to serve the Dudley community, Bank of Dudley has grown to 5 locations, serving Lawrence, Twiggs, and surrounding counties. Serving our community since 1905, the Bank of Dudley is looking forward to its 2nd century of community banking. Drop in today to any of our 5 locations: Jeffersonville, Dudley, East Dublin, Veterans Boulevard, and downtown Dublin. Bank of Dudley, member FDIC, and an equal housing lender.
We are looking at 2 state champions over here. We've got the, would you say you're captains of the dance line?
Yes.
Oh my goodness, we've got the captains here. Girls, congratulations to you for one. I mean, you're finally seniors. Yes. Oh my gosh. This is going to be bittersweet all year long. Share with us, talk to us a little bit about yourself, tell them who you are, and let's talk about your experience with the dance line.
My name is Caitlin Thomas, and I'm a senior here at West Lawrence High School and the captain of the dance team. I've been dancing since I was 3 years old at Fancy Dancer, and I didn't start this till I was a freshman, of course. Mm-hmm. And then my parents are Jason and Catherine Thomas, and I have an older brother and a little brother.
Caitlin, you're the middle child.
Yeah, and the only girl.
Oh my
it's something, it's something.
Rotten self. So Caitlin, first of all, how does it feel being champions?
Oh, it feels great. We get some questions all the time, but my favorite's just sitting in my room, and anytime I look over, I'll see my state rings and my medals just laying there, and I'm like, I'm a state champion, and 2 times actually. So
that
it's
is
just
amazing,
everything.
isn't it?
It is.
I mean, like, this is, you're truly living your best life.
I really am.
And when just watching you all, watching you perform, and the energy that you give, oh my gosh. And now here you are, one of the leaders. Are you ready for this season?
I think so. I think it's going to be a good season, and me and Jessica work very well together with everything. So
Very good. Let's hear from Jessica. You've already learned from her not to grab this
Yes,
microphone.
I will not be touching
Talk
the
to
microphone.
Share with us, Jessica.
Okay, I'm Jessica Mullis. I have been dancing here since I was a freshman. I'm now a senior and team captain, and I have been dancing since I was 3 years old at Fancy Dancer.
Wait a minute. So you two have known one another for so long?
Oh, yes, since birth, pretty much.
Oh,
we went to church together when we were little, so like 1 or 2 years old. We've known each other
You two
forever.
are like 2 peas in a pod.
We are.
And so here it is, the relationships. And we talk about that a lot, is about the relationships that you build and you formalize, and it really helps you all to really be able to bring it together. And so, state champion.
Yes, ma'am.
2 times, excuse me.
Yes.
What feeling does it give you as far as validation for all of the hard work that you've put into being a dancer?
It really is amazing to all the hard work that everyone puts into being a dancer, and then to win and then win again. It really just proves that hard work can really pay off, and it really just helps you to kind of keep going with it, because it feels, it's really a great feeling.
And so for you two, what was the process for you all to go through to be able to be the captains
Well, you have to show leadership, obviously, and we had really great leaders last year, and so it kind of showed us that when we do step up into that and we are seniors, that we need to take initiative. We need to be able to teach everything to them, make sure they look good and polished and everything when we do go on the field. And so, yeah, it helped a lot to see
Are
that.
you a tough leader?
I would say a little bit.
Who do you get it from?
My mother.
I was gonna say that was that Metzdorf blood
Yeah,
in you.
I got that in me.
And so for you, here it is. You're having your camps. You're like getting yourselves together. What things have you all been working on? And how many younger ones, newbies, do you have?
We have a good bit of newbies this year. That's since last year we did our seniors. We had a lot of seniors last year, so we lost a good bit. So we have some newbies in. So this year, like going through the camps, you're teaching a lot of fundamentals and like the really fine details to try and make sure everything is really like polished and good. Make sure it really looks good on the field.
And honey, I know how y'all can get. You're like, look, we are 2-time state champions. Let's get it together,
Yes.
girls. And so here it is. Do you feel a sense of pressure because here it is? You're already up here, you know, and so you've got other teams gunning for you, and so and I know that you really want to be the best, and so working hard to be the best. Do you feel any kind of pressure to make sure that you are on?
There's definitely pressure in that because you're trying to work those other people up to at that level that you're already at. So it's sometimes you're like, okay, we got to work, really drill that in, get it. Hard work.
We want to try and stay there, so we got to work even harder to keep it there.
So tell us about your coaches and how it feels working with them.
Oh, Miss Rochelle. Oh, I love her. She's amazing. And she can be hard on us, which is good. If we are talking and a little chatty, she will tell us to, okay, let's all get together. And so I love working with her and everything. She's great. She's just amazing.
She's always there. Like if she can be tough love sometimes, like, okay, come on, let's get it back together. But it's also, if you need something, she's there. Like if you're really not understanding something, she is a very, very good coach.
Shelley McLemore.
We love Shelly. She's great.
She really got us to where we are. Really pushed us there.
Well, anything else you want to share with us? What can we look for? What can we expect from the dance line competition and all that time?
This year I think it's going to be a good year. I really do. I'm really thinking we're going to have a good year. Lots of good. Yeah.
I'm sure it's going to look great.
It's going to be fire.
It's going to be amazing.
Cannot wait. Anything else, girls, that we have not covered that you feel we need to?
I think we got it all.
Well, it's a pleasure talking with both of you. I'm so proud of you, and I cannot believe you're finally seniors. And just seeing you all out there on the mat and seeing you out on the field is beautiful, and we're so proud of you.
Thank you so much.
Caitlin and Jessica, these are the captains, ladies and gentlemen.
The heat is on at Wayne Kemp's Dublin Auto Sales, and you'll find a great deal on a new set of wheels. From SUVs, trucks, cars, you name it, Wayne Kemp's Dublin Auto Sales has it. So come on in today and see TJ, Trey, Alan, Britt, or any of the friendly sales staff at Wayne Kemp's Dublin Auto Sales, where good deals and good people meet. Log on to DublinAutoSalesGA.com for more information, or just come see us at 606 East Jackson in Dublin. Wayne Kemp's Dublin Auto Sales. The heat is on, and it's time to get a great deal.
It's been really great just having the opportunity to meet some of the leaders of the Raider Brigade, and we've got 2 more with us here. And young lady, you are a senior now. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Talk to us a little bit about you. Tell us who you are, and let's share about your role and how you've evolved from last year and what to expect. Okay?
Yes, ma'am. Well, my name is Lily Collins, and I've been in the band since 5th grade. I play French horn and mellophone. And for the past 2 years, I've been mellophone section leader, and this year I was able to become brass captain, which means I'm over the whole brass section, so trombones, trumpets, baritones, and tubas as well. And evolving-wise, I'd say just from being from one section to the whole brass section, I have to take on a little more responsibility throughout band camp, like go to different sections instead of just my own.
Oh my gosh, Lily girl, you are the woman in charge.
Yes, ma'am.
How does that feel for you? Because you've been in the band since when? When did you start off with the
Fifth grade.
Fifth grade. So you've been a part of the program
Yes, ma'am.
that feeds into the high school program. And so you've been with some of these kids a long time.
A long time, yes, ma'am.
And so as a leader, do you find it difficult or is it easy for you to be able to give that constructive criticism so that they'll get on track? How's that?
I think it's pretty easy. I've just been doing it for a long time. Like, I've had a leadership role, and I have leadership roles in other aspects of school. So I feel like it comes easy to me, but it really does have its challenges.
Yeah, it is, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Very good. All right, young man, this is our first time interviewing. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Doing well. Share with us about you, okay? And let's talk.
Yes, ma'am. My name is Eric Woodley, and I've been in the band since my 9th grade, my freshman year. I came here from Conyers, Georgia, and I'm the baritone section leader.
Very good. Now, so listen here. So coming in from Conyers, were you a musician there as well?
No, ma'am. I started my musicianship my freshman year.
Oh my gosh. So how has that experience been for you, Eric? How's it been?
It's been really fun because, like, I started, my family, they've always been musicians, but I never got into it until my freshman year, and I realized I really like music.
Ooh, I bet they're so proud of you. They're like, that's my baby out there. So, how does it feel for you now being in this leadership position to where you have such an influence on your peers, and how's that been for you? Because some of them, like how she said, have known each other since they were wee ones.
It's a little interesting, but like I try to get to know everybody and know how I can talk to them, like, because everybody's different, you know what I mean?
For sure.
And I try to just make sure I treat everybody how they want to be treated.
I love that, young man. I love that. And it's like, and when everybody's different, whether you've known each other for a long time or just a few years, what I love about you all is that you're able to put aside those differences and then really hone in on the strengths of who you are as musicians.
Yes, ma'am.
How's this camp been for you guys?
It's been really good. It's been very tiring. I would say for me personally, it's been the hottest band camp, especially in the past few days. Just like even at 8 o'clock in the morning, it's just really hot. But I would say it's been very successful.
Speaking of hot, so my intentions were, I'm like, okay, if they ever go out in the field, maybe I can go out there for 2 minutes.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, but that didn't work out.
No,
okay,
ma'am.
so Miss Pat trying to live, honey. But you have been having to combat the heat, and you have still been able to have to stay razor sharp in your focus.
Yes, ma'am.
Because when you think about the Raider Brigade, honey, you have to have it together.
Yes, ma'am. Definitely, because when you get hot, tensions are kind of higher. Like, you can get more frustrated at each other, and we just have to make sure to remember that we're all trying to have the same goal, and we're all trying to get together a halftime show for our crowd that loves to hear us play.
Not just a halftime show, but a spectacular.
Oh, yes, ma'am.
I'm ready for it. And so how's this camp been for you?
It's been a little challenging, getting everybody to get into their positions and make sure I'm treating them well, make sure I understand that they're new to this, and just making sure, because we hold ourselves to a high standard in this band, so it's been interesting but difficult, you know what I mean?
Oh, I get it. And so here it is, you guys have been out for summer break, so you guys probably took a little vacation, some time away. Do you find out that some of y'all are a little rusty when you come back?
Definitely, yes, ma'am.
Was some a little rusty?
Oh, yeah, definitely was.
And so you're having to get back into the swing of
Yes,
things. And
ma'am.
so here it is, you all are playing Motown. My gosh.
Yes.
Oh, I love thee.
Yes,
how I
ma'am.
love thee. How does that,
It's a very interesting halftime show. I really like it. There's a lot of different things, especially for our opener. Our opener is usually like shorter, but this year it's a little bit longer. There's a different mixes of sounds. There's like Stop in the Name of Love, and then later on in the show we have like I'll Be There and some Jackson 5. So it's a really interesting halftime show.
just hearing that, it's very nostalgic for someone like me. And so you all have to realize that once you start playing, like the genre of music that you all play, it really hits the ones then in the crowd who, when that's their music, when that's their era, they go crazy.
Yeah, I know my mom is gonna love it.
She gonna lose it.
Oh yeah.
I was telling my grandma some of the songs, and like she was even like getting into it. I know my mom and my parents are gonna enjoy it as well.
I was doing a jive dance while y'all were just rehearsing. So I just know, I love what you all selected. I love to see you all working so well together. I love the fact that you all are really, really wanting to make sure that you've got a great finished product. And as a leader, we know that can get a little tough sometime, but you all are up for the task.
Definitely.
Any last words, dear?
I just want to say that I love the Raider Brigade, and I love being a part of something, and I'm so glad I've been able to be a part of something for the last 4 years, and I'm excited for this next season.
Ooh, it's going to go by for you.
Yeah.
Anything you want to add, son?
Yeah, I'm really glad I started band, and I'm really glad I get to lead these people and help them grow and be the best they can be.
Very good. Congratulations to both of
Thank
you,
you.
and we will see you out there on the field
Yes, ma'am.
when it's cooler.
You've dreamed about the perfect house, a place to call your own, and a place to not only stretch out, but to grow. Auto Owners protects your house because to you, it's home. That's simple human sense.
Ask Curry Maffett Insurance in Dublin if Auto Owners make sense for you.
Happy to help, man. I was just over there talking to myself anyway.
All right, we've got the trumpet section leaders here, and I tell you, I'm just really excited to hear from them. The little trumpet player. God almighty, that is so cute. All right, guys, listen, this is your opportunity to share with the people of Dublin Lawrence County. Just talk about yourselves, talk about the Raider Brigade and what this experience has been like for you. Talk to me, son.
My name is Clayton Tapley. I'm a trumpet player here at the Raider Brigade. I'm one of the section leaders along with my coworkers, and I've been playing trumpet since 5th grade.
Oh my gosh, who else are musicians in your family?
I'm the only one.
What? How does your family feel when they see you out there, Mr. Tapley?
They're proud of me, but they don't really understand it. I mean,
Wait a minute. They understand music to a certain degree, right?
yes, ma'am.
Oh my gosh. Now, how does it feel for you being a leader in a leadership position for the second year?
It feels like I've learned a lot from my first year. I've definitely learned stuff over the summer, and I want to implement that with the newer section leaders and section leaders to come.
Very good. All right, so we've got the newbies over here as far as being in section leaders. Talk to us, young lady.
All right, so I'm Kate. I'm a junior here at West Lawrence, and I'm one of the trumpet section leaders. I've been in band since 5th grade, and I've been playing trumpet since 5th grade. And this is my first year being a section leader. I feel like I already said that.
How does it feel, Kate?
It was actually really scary. I was very hesitant because I was like, what if I can't do it? And
doubting yourself.
But I've definitely gained a lot of confidence once I realized that it was not gonna be that bad.
Yeah.
And it's actually been really fun to help the freshmen and the upcoming people in the band. And I've really enjoyed it so far.
So here it is, Kate. Now you've been playing the trumpet for quite some time.
Quite some time.
And so you finally made it up in your mind that you want to be a leader.
Yes.
Did you give her any advice?
I signed her up.
Okay, so he's been encouraging you to do this.
Yes, I mean, when I was a freshman, I kind of had the idea that I was I want to be in a leadership position. My sister's been in a leadership position in the saxophones, and I just thought it would be a good thing to do. I think it would have given me a lot of experience even for later in life and for college.
Well, here you are, darling, and let's talk to Batman here. Hey, Batman. Share with his son.
Hello.
Oh, my Lord. True Batman. Talk to us. Tell us a little bit about yourself and share with us about what it means for you to be in this role that you're in.
Well, I'm a senior. My name is Lauren Hasey. I've been playing trumpet since I was in 5th grade. All of my family has always been musicians. They play guitar, bass, drums. They've had bands. I've had a few family members that have played trumpet, which I didn't know until I started it. And they haven't really stuck to it, but I've been sticking with it because music is something that interests me, and it's a very big part of not only my life, but many other people's lives, and I would like to kind of implement that in other people's lives as well and help them to learn more about it.
For sure. So you come from a family of musicians. And so when you let them know that you wanted to be the leader, one of the leaders, what was their reaction? And then, of course, when you did get the title.
Well, my mom was confused about it because she didn't know what the title meant. So I had to kind of tell her that it was like it's a leadership role where you help people who may not be as experienced as you, such as freshmen, and help them kind of better themselves and be more consistent with their playing and wanting to get better with the consistency of playing.
So how do you all find the balance of being, so you've been playing together for a while, you know one another, you cut up together, okay, but then when you have to put on that leadership role title, how is it for you all to make sure that you are keeping that balance so that they can respect you in the positions that you're in?
My motto is the respect you get is the respect you give. So I make sure to respect my band members and make sure not to cut up too much, because at the end of the day, they look up to me because I'm a section leader and I'm a senior. So I need to set that example for my section for later years to come. It's basically two jobs. It's the job of being a good leader, and it's the job of being an example.
I love that. And you're setting that example.
I try.
All right. What about you?
Well, I think it's definitely important that everyone's having fun and enjoying it, but you do need to be stern sometimes, and you can't just like let everyone kind of do what they want, because you have to step up and be able to tell them, like, hey, I need you to pay attention. I need you to play your part. So it is kind of tough when everyone's trying to have fun and finding that balance, but you just have to step up and
I love that, and you're probably like this. Now listen, you gotta get it together.
It has been kind of hard. Like I was like, what if they don't listen to me because I'm kind of like shorter than everybody? But I was like, you know what? No, I'm just gonna have to have the confidence and keep going.
That's right. What about you?
Well, with me, it's just like it's always been consistency, because I've had times where like I'd be playing something and I'd get to a certain point and I would just stop and I'd quit like trying to get better. And when I got in high school and I heard all these different players like Olivia Kraft, amazing trumpet player, I'd be like, I want to get to that level and I want to get better the way that she has gotten better just through consistency. So I just worked myself harder throughout the school year. And I know a lot of freshmen, they like kind of scrunch up and get nervous and they don't want to like go out and, like take the music and kind of make it their own little thing. And I kind of want to help them get to the comfort zone where they can start taking these things and turning them into themselves, essentially.
Because it's a process, isn't it? Because I think that as freshmen, and you've got a lot of freshmen coming in, fresh out of middle school, and so this is a whole different ball game. So they already have that peer pressure of trying to fit in, trying to find their place, and now they're a part of the Raider Brigade.
Can definitely be overwhelming.
I
remember my freshman year, it was very overwhelming.
How was your freshman year?
I wasn't here freshman year because of the COVID-19. I stayed in school. So it was my sophomore year and I had to catch on quick.
Playing catch up. How was your freshman year, son?
It was exciting. It was looking up to everyone, getting yelled at, doing push-ups and laps.
Oh my God. And so now here you all are, you're in that position. And I know that you're here for a reason. You're able to do it. You're very capable of it. And you have what it takes to be true leaders of your section. Anything else you all would like to add?
I would like to thank the community and the band boosters for coming out and supporting us. We love seeing y'all Friday night and showing the support that y'all give, and we appreciate y'all.
Very good.
I'm just very glad I joined the Raider Brigade. It's definitely given me so many friends and so many good experiences that I can carry on later in life.
Batman.
I would like to thank Mr. Horn and Miss Trowell, because it's them. Without them, we wouldn't have been able to get as far as we have gotten, and they've helped to push us and show us that you can be consistent with the music that you play.
I love that. Well, congratulations to you three, and we cannot wait to see you on that field. Thank you.
Looking for a career that's always in demand? How about one that provides you with practical and useful skills? A career that allows you to earn hands-on experience and an education with little to no debt? Oconee Fall Line Technical College prepares students with the right set of skills to succeed in fast-growing careers in healthcare, manufacturing, business, and technology fields. If you're ready to gain the experience you need to start your career locally, OFTC is where it all begins. Oconee Fall Line Technical College. Careers begin here.
Since 1916, Gravely has been designed, engineered, and made right here in the USA. Whether you prefer gas or electric, every Gravely has been forged with the commercial landscaper in mind. So they're not only built to last, but to also keep you riding comfortably from dawn to dusk. So ask yourself, are you ready to graduate to a Gravely?
Hey, I'm TJ Schuler with Myers Equipment Supply. Come see us for all your sales and service needs.
We've got two more great leaders here of the Raider Brigade. We've got the trombone section leaders, and we're going to let them chat with you and just share with you a little bit about themselves. We'll start with you, young lady. Twin, how are you?
I'm good. My name is Catherine Bryan. I'm a junior this year, and I'm the trombone section leader.
And Catherine, how long have you been a musician?
I've been in the band since 5th grade.
Oh my gosh. What was that experience like for you being in the 5th grade, and how have you improved as a musician through the years?
I think it was really good. I had Mr. Dukes as my teacher, and I've had a lot of different band directors throughout the years.
Yeah. Do you find it really effective for young people to start early in the band? And why? Why is that?
Because you learn so much throughout the years, and you have a bunch of different people to guide you.
And now here it is. You're a section leader. What in the world? What made you decide to want to even apply for that?
I just, I've learned a lot throughout the years and my past section leaders, and I feel like I can help other people, the freshmen.
Do you consider yourself a good leader? And what is your leadership style like? Like, how do you get your section to come together, learn this music, and do it right?
Well, I just give them respect too.
There it is. You get respect. You got to give it, right?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Talk to us, Mr. Monk.
I am Connor Monk. I am the section leader of the trombone section, and I've been playing in the band since 5th grade.
Oh my gosh! So you've known each other your whole career?
Not really.
Different schools?
Yes, different schools.
Different schools. And so here it is, you coming together. How well do you two mesh together?
I think pretty well compared to some sections.
Who's the toughest out of you two?
Yes.
Probably me.
Oh, you are. I see one on the headband.
Yes, ma'am.
And so for you, what made you decide to want to be in this leadership role?
I've always looked up to the former leadership people in trombone section and thought it would be a great experience, really.
Has it been so far?
Yes, ma'am.
How's this camp been? Because you all have really had to learn this music. You've had to, really get in sync and to prepare you for this upcoming season. How has this camp been for you?
Grueling in the best way possible.
Grueling. I love
in the
that.
best way possible.
And so here it is. So you guys have had a little bit of time off for the summer. Were you practicing your music at all, or did you come in a little rusty? How's the first part of this camp go for you?
Everyone's a little rusty because most people don't play during the summer.
They don't. They just say.
But we got it together pretty quickly.
Just like that. Now, when these lights come on and y'all are out there on that field, do you have an adrenaline rush? How do you feel?
I would say an adrenaline rush. I just get in the zone.
In the zone. Are you low key, or are you high energy?
High energy in the stands and in games.
Gosh, we would not even recognize you when you get out there, are we?
No, ma'am.
Oh my gosh! And so here it is. You play with your sister.
Yes, ma'am.
How does that feel for you, being able to go to school and play with your sister right there by your side?
It feels good.
It does. I bet your parents are so proud.
Yes, ma'am.
So what is it that you want your section to know, or, what kind of words of encouragement do you want to give them? Because you remember when you were a freshman. So you've got some younger ones out there that are really going to need a little extra push and guidance. What is it you want to make sure you say to them? You think about it for a minute. What do you want to say to those young ones?
Work hard enough and you will be able to achieve anything you want.
Yeah.
Especially in band.
And you all work hard.
Yes, ma'am.
And you play hard.
Yes, ma'am.
Anything else you want to add?
I think just make them feel like they're part of the group and encourage them.
Because you all are one big happy family, even in the heat. Okay. Thank you both, and congratulations.
Thank you.
We've got some more section leaders, and I think that they are chomping at the bit to chat with us today, aren't we? Hey, Snazzy. Hey. We're going to let you guys introduce yourself to everyone. We want to know what grade you're into, what instrument, and how long have you been a part of this Raider Brigade and what it means to you, okay? We'll start with you, sir.
My name is Luke Bowman. I have been a part of the Raider Brigade for
since 5th grade, and this is my 12th year.
What do you love most about being a part of the Raider Brigade?
I love the concerts, the marching part. They're all pretty fun.
Now, Luke, are there other family members that are musicians? Who do you take after?
Well, my brother was here as well, and my dad is a church musician. He plays on the guitar.
Okay, now are you playing in the church as well?
I am not.
Okay.
People have tried to get me onto the snare drum set.
And what have you've told them no? You've told the Lord no. I'm cutting up with you, baby. Share with us, dear.
My name is Callum Bryan. I've been in the Raider Brigade since 5th grade, and I'm in 12th grade, and I'm in percussion, and I play bass drum.
Oh my goodness! Now, Callum, little mama, your senior year.
Yes.
What made you decide? When did that light bulb go off? Is like, okay, I think I want to try out to be a section leader.
Well, my section leader last year, she graduated, and she was really good with us. She had a very positive attitude, and she did a lot for us, so I wanted to keep that going.
Look at you, honey. You keeping the dream alive. Was it difficult for you? Because I know you had to do like an essay and some other things to prepare for this.
It wasn't anything that I was like, that was really hard. It was like, it was worth the effort.
For sure. All right, Snezzy, chat with this young man.
All right, my name is Alex Dixon, and I've been a part of percussion since 5th grade. I'm now a senior. It's a long time. A long time. And
Yeah. Okay, hold on. Let me ask you this. So I see you got Snezzy on your hat. Could you tell us what that means? Because is that a nickname? It
is a nickname.
Okay.
It is a nickname that I founded for myself in 6th grade art class. Because my teacher said, I'll call you whatever you put on your name tag, and this is the outcome.
You just made up something? Oh my gosh. So when you think about, so you all have been musicians and a part of the band since the 5th grade. Now, were you all a part of the same school?
Yeah.
I believe so.
I was at Northwest.
You were at Northwest.
Me and Alex were there together.
So how was that experience for you coming up from elementary school and then middle school and now you're seniors?
Long.
Long. How have you improved as musicians?
Well, something I've definitely improved on is timing, definitely, because I used to just not know when to come in on songs. Sometimes I still don't, but
wait a minute,
I try my
son.
best.
You're confessing that on air.
Yep.
Let the chips fall where they may,
Yep.
right? All right. And so for you remember yourself growing up and as a musician, and you've seen how you've evolved. And now as a leader of freshmen, how do you make sure that you're helping them to be the best version of themselves that they can be?
I think I emphasize like be confident, play loud. If you make a mistake, don't fix it, but don't hold it against yourself. We've all been in the same boat before.
For sure.
Just a lot of confidence and trying to have a positive attitude.
I love that. And now, Snezzy, it's obvious that you march to the beat of your own drum. Yeah. How do you utilize the personality that you have to really make sure that your group is cohesive and that they've got that high energy? Because not everybody has that energy level, and you want to make sure that you pick them up. What do you do to do that?
Well, you have to set the example. Like, you have to be energetic. You have to be wanting, outgoing to do what you need to do.
Yeah.
And if you're not, then everybody else is going to be like, yeah, let's play this, I guess.
Yeah. Whatever. And so here it is, your senior years. Guys, this is huge. This is huge. And so we're expecting a lot out of you being seniors. And even though this is your first leadership role, there's a lot of expectations that are on you. Are there any things that you're kind of apprehensive about? What are you really are you concerned about anything to make sure that you're getting together as leaders so that you can really have a wonderful senior year? Or are you all good?
I think I'm all good.
You're all good because you're like, hey, If I don't, my timing's off, it's just off.
It's just off.
There it
Well,
is.
no, I try to fix it if it's off. I mean, I try to fix it if it's off.
You'll try to fix it. Anything you want to share?
I'm a bit of a perfectionist, so there are some things that like I really want to work on, but it's a lot of just choosing when to fix things and when it's going to be how it's going to be.
So you're hard on yourself.
Yes, I
Oh
am.
my gosh, are you a little tough leader though?
I try to be. I try to be tough but fair. Yeah.
I love that. Snazzy.
Tough but fair. You have to. You can't be a perfectionist because you'll never be perfect at anything. So you just have to do the best you can with what you got.
For sure. Well, listen, congratulations to you three. We're so very proud of you. Cannot wait to see you all perform and to see you in these roles because, I mean, it's very prestigious for you to be able to have these positions, and we know that you're going to do a great job.
David sells cars well at Dublin Nissan.
Scott sells cars well at Dublin Nissan.
Dylan sells cars well at Dublin Nissan.
We do cars well every day at Dublin Nissan.
I'm Glenn Registered, Hometown Supply. Come by today and let me show you all the different product lines that we carry. Just about anything that you need, we have it in stock. We do financing, we deliver just about anything a customer needs for us to do, we do. Come by and let me show you what sets us apart from all the rest. If you can't do business here, you just can't do business.
When you think about the Raider Brigade, and you cannot leave out the auxiliary, these color guard ladies are fantastic, and we've got the captain and the co-captain with us. We're going to let them share with you a little bit. You ready, Jordan?
Yeah.
All right, go for it.
Okay, my name's Jordan Miller. I'm in 12th grade, and I'm the captain of the color guard.
Now, Jordan, how long have you been a part of color guard?
Since 7th grade.
And so what do you love most about color guard, and what kind of things are you doing with color guard? Because I've seen you in action. I've seen you.
I don't know, it's just a really nice and beautiful thing because you get to perform and just, it's really hard to explain just the...
I can say this, it's like, because it's I really look at color guard, I really look at what you all do as such an art form, and I've seen you doing your aerial pieces, and it's just been absolutely amazing. And so here it is, the captain.
Yeah.
What is that like for you, and what are you bringing to the table to make sure that these girls are sharp?
It's really difficult to like put yourself from being a regular guard girl that's usually being led to now captain and leading an entire team. But I did have a sister on the team before that was captain, and I really did look up to her. So a lot of what I do is from her specific. Of course, my own little style here and there.
For sure.
But it's really nice to just make sure that I can try to keep the guard as like a close-knit family, not just a regular, just a color guard. And
There's more to you all than that,
yeah.
isn't it?
There's a lot more.
Because you do a lot of interpretive dance. You do things that they're not even used to here.
Yeah.
Am I right about that?
Yeah.
It's beautiful
It's
to watch.
more than just flags and glory.
It's more to it than just flags. And flag is hard.
Oh, yeah.
Talk to us, dear. This is the co-captain here.
My name is Sophia Abrake, and I'm the co-captain of the color guard. I've been with the guard since 8th grade about, and
what do you love most about it, Sophia?
I definitely really do enjoy like the sisterhood and the community that comes with Guard as a whole, not just in Dublin or in the Raider Brigade.
For sure.
But, you know, people outside in different like DCI places, just everything that comes with it.
And so my niece is a part of the color guard for Georgia Tech and University of Georgia. She did that during the summer too. And so it's like, it's such a sport. And it's such an art form. Yeah. Do you find yourself when you perform that you're able to come out of your shell?
Definitely. Like especially when we perform during halftime, you know, you do the moves, but you also like add your own like body language to it almost. You put yourself in your like zone while you're performing.
Now, are you naturally a shy person?
I don't know. On stage, I'm definitely not. I've been a performer since age 3. So.
Oh my gosh, so you're a whole nother creature when you're
Yeah.
on stage. And what about you, Sophia? Now, I've seen you, to right now, you're a little bit docile, honey. You're just like, okay, I'm just chilling out.
Yeah. I don't like certain things. When it comes to performing, I definitely turn into a different person. Definitely awkward in these situations, but you, like you said, break out of it because you got to perform. You got to give the people what they want.
You gotta give it to them. And what I too love about you all is like you're storytellers.
Yeah.
You have a story to be told, and I think that I've seen you perform on stage, and it's something that I love because it's a part of the expressive arts, and it's something that that your mom has delved into.
Yeah.
That is something that's, I think that sometimes it could be very emotional. And so how are you able to deliver a product and a performance, and it's so emotional?
That's actually how I like deal with a lot of my emotions. I'm I try to take what I have like inside and just put it all into dance and give them what they need. It's kind of like people in movies and stuff. You just try to give them a story of what they really feel.
And do you find it healing?
Yeah, actually.
It's quite therapeutic, isn't it?
Yeah.
Definitely.
And so here it is. You two are the captain and co-captain. And so how many new girls do you have, and how many girls do you have working with you all now?
Our whole team is basically all newbies this year. Jordan's our only senior, and then the rest is sophomore and junior class. So our team is pretty new, so we have to teach a lot. And then we have people from past WLHS Guard, and then also like people from big winter guards like FIG and stuff like that helping us.
Oh my gosh, so you've got others coming in, and now here it is, you've got some girls to where a lot of this is new for them.
Yeah.
How do you break them in? How do you really, like, okay, how do you break bad habits and get them to be sharper?
I hate the word discipline because that's just weird. I try not to be like, but it really is like, it really is just like over like repetition over and over again to really like solidify it, but without being too whatever. You have to have certain moments where you're freer.
Yeah. And I think that with that, because it's sometimes you ever see that it's like organized chaos.
Yeah.
Especially with Miller. Especially with
Organized chaos.
Oh, yeah.
But the thing is, there's a method to that madness.
Yeah.
And there's a story to be told.
Yeah.
And you all are so much more than flag girls.
Right.
And I think that you all are really setting that precedence for them to see that. Is there anything else that you want to share?
No.
You've done it all. You've said it all, Captain.
Yeah.
What about you?
I mean, if you end up wanting to join guard, then just obviously some moves are hard, but just believe in yourself. Ask if you need help because hand placement is hard. But
I tried it, honey.
Yeah.
I gave myself a headache.
I mean, just be confident, do what you do best, and stick with it.
Very good. Well, congratulations to both of you. Jordan, you the Lone Ranger senior of this bunch, and so there's a plethora of knowledge that you two have, and this is the opportunity that has been given to you to be able to help the other girls, and so we're excited about what's next for you all. All right, we'll see you on the field.
Thank you.
Thank you.
This is the Color Guards, ladies and gentlemen.
North, south, east, or west, Friendly Gus is on your way today. Fuel up with Friendly Gus's delicious breakfast, made fresh every day. Your wallet and your belly will thank you. Choose from our 20, 40, and 60-piece chicken finger and wing platters. And don't forget the tater logs. Our food is always fresh and our service is always friendly. Friendly Gus, on your way today. Also shop Cochran Brothers Cash and Carry at 320 South Jefferson in Dublin for additional items like paper products, chicken wings, bulk drinks, spices, sauces, and more.
We've got Katie Woodard with us, the First Lieutenant. How are you, darling?
I'm good. How are you?
Good, and congratulations to you.
Thank you so much.
So tell us about you, your time with the Raider Brigade, what instrument you play.
I play alto sax. I've been in the band since elementary, and I've absolutely loved every single bit of it.
I love that. And so here it is, I think that we emphasize of how important it is to start off early with our young musicians from that elementary age, and now here you are. So there's several of them that you've been in school with all this time, and now here you are, your senior year. How does this all feel?
It can be overwhelming at times, but it's really exciting to see where everyone will go and to honestly see people grow. It's just fantastic to watch.
Have you seen yourself grow, and in what areas have you seen yourself grow?
I have seen myself grow a lot. I've found the biggest interest for band, and I believe I am going to go to college for band director.
Look at you! You know, and have you decided on a college yet? Are you looking at different ones?
I'm looking right now, but I have a big eye for UGA.
Oh, I bet you do, darling. I bet you do. And so for you, being a part of the Raider Brigade for as many years as you have been, and now as a leader, oh my gosh. How have you been able to navigate being the first lieutenant and making sure that they respect you as a leader, but at the same time, make sure that they're having fun doing what you love?
Well, I usually do it by connecting with them first, and then I try to lead them, and I'll even go with them, so then we can go together.
Yeah. And so when you were a freshman, do you remember how you were?
I actually wasn't here when I was a freshman.
Okay, where were you then?
It was during COVID, so
that COVID
yeah.
year. That COVID
I went
year.
virtual.
And how did you adjust from after going virtual and then coming back?
Well, it took me a little bit to get out of my shell, but once I did, I had so much fun. I met so many people that we will have so many friendships.
So when you think about being a part of the Raider Brigade, what do you love the most, and what do you find the most challenging?
Thing I love the most is the family, and the probably most hard part is having family in the band with you.
Wait a minute, who's in the band with you?
Faith Woodard. She's my little sister.
Oh my God. What grade is Faith in?
She's in 10th this year.
Oh my gosh. So Faith has really got her eyes on you.
Yes, ma'am.
So she's probably real critical.
Definitely.
I'm just throwing that out there. Your little sister, of course. And so for you, you're getting ready for the season. How has this camp been for you this past week and a half or so?
It's been amazing because I'm learning how to help people quick and easy, and I found that most of the time if you use kindness and connections, you can get it quick and fast, and they'll usually listen to you more that way.
A soft answer turns away wrath, and so here it is. So you, your leadership style is one to where you show that kindness.
Yes, ma'am.
And you show that understanding of, hey, I've been there before, I understand. And that is how they're able to really grow and have that rapport with you.
Yes, ma'am.
Very good. Is there anything else you'd like to add?
I just hope that this year is the best year for everyone.
And we're looking forward to that great year. But your mama's going to be a little sad as time goes on with you graduating. So
she'll get over it.
You heard that, Jennifer? Very good. Well, congratulations.
Love you, Mama.
We really do. Congratulations to you in your new position. We look forward to you having a great senior year, and we love to see you out there on that field.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.